Hello, Brainiacs. In today's episode, we will be talking about the top 10 science experiments that could have ended the world. Number 10. Digging the Kola super deep borehole. Initiated in 1970, this Soviet science experiment sought to drill as deep as possible into the Earth's crust. The borehole on the Kola Peninsula dug a depth of 12 kilometers into the planet's crust by 1994. While the Soviets did not encounter the mole man during digging, drilling a deep hole into the Earth's crust, which varies from 30 to 50 kilometers in thickness, could have unleashed a seismic forces that nobody could control, much like Doctor Who's story Inferno, which aired that same year. Number 9. New Zealand's tsunami bomb. Known more for a connection to the Shire than the innovation in weapons creation. New Zealand experimented with the use of bombs to create artificial tsunamis between 1944 and 1945. If New Zealand's tsunami bomb experiments had been successful, tsunami creation could have gone mainstream, allowing anyone with a conventional explosive device to create widespread chaos and death with ease. Number 8. Operation Cirrus. In the late 1940s, the United States attempted to divert the path of hurricanes by seeding the storms with dry ice. After the scientists poured 180 pounds of dry ice into the hurricane moving east into the Atlantic Ocean, the hurricane made an extremely unpredictable move and changed directions. The hurricane collided with the town of Savannah, Georgia, no stranger to the unusual government intrusions, killing at least one person and causing over $200 million in damage. This early weather-changing experiment eventually led to the UN's Environmental Modification Convention, banning weather-changing experiments conducted as a means of war. Number 7. Project Mercury and Volcano. From 1987 till 1992, the Russian military detonated nuclear weapons underground, with the goal of disturbing tectonic plates and electromagnetic fields as a weapon. In Project Mercury and Project Volcano, 4 experimental attempts actually happened, until the 1978 Convention on Prohibition of Military and Other Hostile Use of Environmental Modification Techniques, banning experiments of this nature. Extended disruption of tectonic plates could cause a series of severe earthquakes and destabilize the electromagnetic fields, leading to a number of theoretical and unforeseen issues. Number 6. Genetically engineered oil-eating superbugs. In the mid-1970s, General Electric R&D scientist Ananda Chabaraki introduced a plasmid that allowed bacteria Pseudomonas pututa to digest petroleum. Chabaraki designed the bacteria with the hopes that it would be used to clean up oil spills, but many people were terrified that these engineered bacteria could run amok, consume everything in their path, and outcompete other bacteria and organisms for survival on Earth. The bacterial dominance theory is a green precursor to the gray goo theory, and it might be a more likely possibility. Number 5. Accidentally creating a black hole. Before the opening of the relativistic heavy eon calendar in New York, public fears amassed over the idea of the RHIC creating an uncontrollable black hole during the course of its operation. This led to the plethora of sensational articles in 1999, topped off by a story from the Sunday Times of London with the headlines, "The Big Bang Machine Could Destroy the Earth." The researchers at the RHIC studied the aspects of the black holes, but lacked the energy available to create a real gravitational black hole. Number 4. U.S. experiments increasing the efficiency of Magna Porta Croatia, wheat blasts and rice blasts could cause huge damage to world crops, but they are rare in first world countries. The fungus Magnaportia graecina leaves liaisons on individual plants that can release thousands of spores and contaminate an enormous area in a single night. The fungus exists in over 80 countries, and it entered the United States in 1996. If these contagious crop diseases started spreading uncontrollably, two of the world's most vital crops would be devastated, causing a worldwide famine. Number 3. Starfish Prime. Detonating a nuclear weapon outside of the planet's magnetic field sounds like a bad idea, but the United States decided to go ahead and detonate 6 nuclear weapons at high altitude during the 1962's Starfish Prime and Operation Fishbowl. Luckily, the magnetic field snapped back into place, causing a strong electromagnetic pulse as a side effect. But if our geomagnetic field had been permanently altered, we could experience a lost protection from cosmic rays and solar winds, along with massive earthquakes as the continents moved around. Number 2. Weaponizing the plague. The plague was responsible for killing up to 60% of the population of Europe in the 14th century, and then the Soviet All-Union Institute of Ultra-Pure Biological Preparation succeeded in weaponizing it in the late 1980s. After the fall of the Berlin Wall, program director Vladimir Husek went public with his research, which included military preparations to load warheads with a time-release version of the Black Death. In order to handle the plague, the Soviet program encased a powdered form of the bacterial agent Yersinia pestis into a polymer capsule. Number 1. The Trinity nuclear test. In the days preceding the detonation of the first nuclear bombs, scientists within the Manhattan Project debated what would happen in the aftermath of the detonation, with a few scientists believing the bomb would not explode at all. Enrico Fermi, however, suggested that detonation of the bomb would create a chain reaction that would set the Earth's atmosphere ablaze and kill almost all life on the planet. It is disturbing to realize that scientists would go forward in light of rumination of a Nobel Prize winner, but thank goodness Fermi hypothesized incorrectly. Well, that's it for today's episode. Please thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe for more content, share with your friends, and leave a comment if you want to learn a little bit more in the comment section below.